Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and this is Train Fever. I'm just going to keep us tracking this train for a moment to start because I've set up some new vehicle replacements and we might see this one, if it's old enough, switch into an exciting new locomotive. As you can see, over the last couple of years I've been making money. Last year was a particularly successful year, over 5.5 million. Are you going to change? No, these engines last far too long, so we'll come back to you later. Hopefully we'll all see that. Excuse me. I've put in a couple of new mods which have given me lots of exciting new locomotives to play with. Anyway, we're about 3 years on from where we were. Oh, it's those diesels. Those, which one's that? That's the Express, isn't it? They're a lovely model. They look really good and exactly like we would see in the good old days of British Rail here in the UK, but they're blinking noisy as you can hear. I don't know how realistic that is to what they were like in real life, but I've played this game on for a bit to try out a couple of ideas and I really got tired of that noise, I'm afraid, so they were eventually replaced by slightly quieter trains when I could. Anyway, right, what we're doing, we've moved on about 3 years since the end of the last video. I've added, as I suggested, a bus station here to Yaden to feed the train station here, which was kind of out on a limb here at the edge of town. So that's moving on quite nicely. That's feeding in. The routes aren't really making money yet, but as you can see, population's growing, so that's a good sign. And I've also provided a goods route into Yaden, actually taking it from the, what is this, is an oil refinery, is it? Yeah, here in Hewtown. So that's doing quite nicely. It's still by road, which is perhaps a little inefficient because that is a long way and it should be train really. And I'll probably do that as we move on in the series, but for the moment I want to concentrate on passengers. And that's where we're going today. So having sort of got back into profit after spending lots of money building the first part of the Northern Loop, I'm going to actually ignore that for the moment and add in another link into the Northern Loop. As we said when we put in this this station here, Wisbeck, however you pronounce it, junction, it's going to be kind of a major hub. That's the Northern Loop going in there, and I'm going to use this outside track here for another link to the south. So we're still kind of ignoring the north a bit, but if we're sort of linking up to the powerhouse that's already down there south of the river. Right, so the plan here actually, as you can see, my expresses aren't making a great deal of money. I think getting better, but we do need more passengers, and just having the 2 stops there isn't really proving worthwhile, so I'm going to actually extend the express route up to Wisbeach Junction. This should be kind of interesting. Aha! And here we see the first of that modded loco. Just go here for a second so you can see it. I can't remember where I got it from. It's a Croatian model apparently, a Croatian electric. I think it looks rather neat. I mean, I've kind of called this series and this map England-ish, and that is certainly not at all an English loco. But I don't care. I'm just trying out these mods. I've not used them before, and giving you a view of them as well. And that's a rather nice looking model. There's a whole lot of them in that set, different colours, different schemes. That looks rather nice, and it goes at a fair rate as well. 87 miles an hour. I think. Oh Lord, isn't that good? Oh no, there's an action shot for you. The clockwise and the anti-clockwise trains coming in together. And both got loads of passengers waiting for them. Cool, anyway, let's not get too distracted. I've got Banbury and Wisbeach to sort out. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take this line here, which is the express line, and take that up to up north. It's going to be interesting. There's some difficult terrain to cover. I don't know if we can sort of try and take that up there in one movement so you get an idea of where we're going. Where is it going? All the way up there. So we've got mountains and stuff to go through. And right, and a bit of a curve to get in there. There it goes. So as you can see, about 3.5 million. I might get it for less than that. Huge, great bridge, bit of a tunnel. Let's see if we can make it slightly less sort of over the top route, if we can. Okay, let's get on. The idea here really is just to try and build traffic on this route. I mean, that is wonderful train noises, isn't it? But by goodness, it's loud. Right, so I want to, if I turn the contours on, I turn them on as if they might help me make a decision as to where to send my route. But at the end of the day, they seldom do. Where am I going? I'm going up there. So it's, I go along here and up here, past that oil refinery. That's what that is, isn't it? So can I do that? And then sort of take it between those two hills there, those two peaks. That might work actually. Let's see how well. Where's the terrain collision? There's that bit of road. Okay, if I take that there. Of course, the first thing I keep forgetting to check the options on the routes, like the signal style. Sorry, but the road crossing style. Oh, I didn't mean to click it so early. Yeah, that gets me across the road. I get wary because I've had this a couple of times. I honestly can't remember if I showed them in the video or if they were offline. Where I create this wonderfully marvellous bridges and tunnels route with one piece of track, but the parallel track just won't fit alongside it because it clashes with whatever piece of terrain. Right, I see. That's not bad. That's quite a nice length of bridge. It's kind of boring having all the bridges this sort of box girder thing, but I really don't like that red, I'm afraid. And it really stands out in the landscape, doesn't it? You can imagine the environmentalists and other activists. That's a little bit cheaper, and it is kind of a valley in there. Yeah, I think we'd take that route. Being really upset having this eyesore, this bright red engineering metallic structure. How will that go? Can we go in there? Well, that's not too bad. I think that's cost me less than 3 million. That's nice and flat, and I think we're getting good speeds all the way along. So go to the outside track there. I still don't know what I'm going to do with these inner tracks. No, I'm not going to waffle about that now. We'll stick to plan. So if I choose actual barriers here for this route, I mean that is a bit of a going nowhere piece of industrial route. But, so we won't worry about that too much. Well, where's the crossover going to be? Actually, I don't need much of a crossover, do I? Don't need a diamond on there. Which way should I take it? That's the which line's that? That's the outer, so you want the inner route, as it were. Yeah, so you do want to take that one there. No, that shouldn't interfere with if I come out that way. Actually, I'm going to have to do that, so our best plan. No, let's not do that. Let's get this bit in first. Right. One day, you know, I'll decide what to do. I'll make a plan and stick to it and not keep changing it halfway through. If I do that, because this is going to, oh dear no, this is going to be the continuation of the northern loop up further around Holsworthy and right up into the mountains. I've actually kind of played through a bit on that off camera, and some tough decisions to make on that. Oh, I'm always doing that, missing a little bit of track. Okay, now that job there, that's fine. You see, it does work. Okay, and you. What do you mean no? No, I'm sorry, that's... What do you mean? Why is it not doing that? Oh, you're just being silly now. Works. I don't know. It's one of the sort of annoyances of this game. I mean, they have improved it a lot since it first came out. But this terrain conflict and where and when you couldn't cross over and how it would impact on the landscape was always troublesome. And I think they've improved that a lot in the upcoming Transport Fever coming out later in the year. I'm not sure if they've given us a date yet, but it's only a few months away, I think. Right, let's get this. So this is we're going to have quite a few trains, I think, hopefully, because it's a bit of a long route, all the way from Fakenham through Banbury up here to Wisbech Junction. So we will need... Oh, where's me dot? My drag dot. There it is. Get you there and then line up. That's good. What was I saying? Oh yes, it's a long route, so we will need enough trains to keep it busy and keep the journey times down. I mean, there are only 3 towns on the route, but they're a fair distance, so I think having a train each will probably be the minimum, actually. There you go. This is going far too well, actually. This is first time laying down this track, and it appears to be going quite well. We don't really need a crossover here, but we'll stick one in. Aha! End of view. What have we got? Let's pause for a second. Thank you. He's off again. A new electric. I think these are base game. They're supplied by Urban Games, the game company. So they're actually in the game. I don't think they're modded vehicles. Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't think we need a crossover here as such, because it's not an endpoint, so they'll just be keeping to their right side of the track anyway. You know, actually, I'll deal with that in a second. Let's get this right. It's a nasty habit I've had, isn't it? You just see something and think, oh, shiny, and try to do something, go straight on something else rather than staying focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. Right, let's get some signals in here, because if the trains all end up this side of the country, we'll need to make sure they don't interfere with each other. We'll stick a signal there. It's not strictly necessary, I suppose. And I like to... actually, if we stick one here, the trains aren't that long. Whoops, nearly missed it. The trains aren't that long yet, so we don't need to worry too much about the distance between signals. That'll work. I like to have them sort of over roads and stuff, but I won't here. I will stick them here in the tunnel. So waiting outside the tunnel and waiting inside. And there. And this side of the tunnel. Same thing. Oh, I have to look at it. Dreadful doing it sort of from the overhead view. And in there. Oops, right. And that's a bit of a stretch. We need at least one set of signals here. Here. Again, the volume of traffic on here doesn't really justify all these signals, but better safe than sorry. Just in case it does, as I say, get busy. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Actually, that's quite nice looking. Well, that's quite a nice view of track. Okay, we'll have one coming out of the cut. Go. We'll have one on the bend, perhaps. That should do. Apart from the station one. So what have we got here? So this is our track. So we're coming in on the left, of course. So we will wait there. And we want to be fairly quick about getting trains in and out of the station. So I think as soon as he's... Where shall I put it? I'll put it on the other side of the road. I mean, that's just a signal to say that the train that was coming out of the station is now passed, so the train waiting to come in can come in. Right, that looks excellent. Let's. It's not a new line at all. It's an extension of. Actually, I can go there to pick it up. Of this one. Well, there are 3 trains already on there. Might need a 4th. Anyway, we will see. Right, as you can see, I put waypoints in there. The various times the game sort of reviews the routing it uses, the automated sort of selection of route, on which side of track it goes on, and sometimes it just adjusts it wrong. So I think at some stage it actually had the express going into the loop platforms, which caused all sorts of annoying waits, which then of course impacts on revenue, blah blah blah. So I put in the waypoints here to make sure it does keep to the side of the track I want. Right, now if this is going to be up and down lines, we're going to need to do something here, aren't we? Can I get another piece of track under that bridge? You're not going to let me, are you? No. Am I going to have to delete that bridge? I think I am. It doesn't want to. I'll draw that out there. Keep drawing around. That's it. Yeah, it's because it's taking too much away from, the hillside. It's cutting too much into the landscape, so you can't do that. That's rather annoying. Actually, if it works well, I might be able to make this bridge a proper 4-lane, so I can get my buses going on there faster. Smooth this out in case that helps. When I'm putting the bridge back down. Right, okay, let's get back to the track. That really is an ugly kink, isn't it, actually? Can I try and get rid of that kink? Oh, this could be dangerous. Actually, what I might want to do... Oh, this is interesting. Is keep these 2 lines separate for a bit longer. I'm going to need to get rid of that junction thing there. Quickly replace that before we forget. Finally, I started off at 24 million. I'm now at 35. Obviously, something is very profitable on these routes. See, it doesn't like to start. Not quite sure. Oh, is it because there's a diamond junction thing there? Is it going to work? Go on, go on, go on! It does! Right. Okay, so I should then be able to draw you out into there. Well, that's cool. Right. Now, how do we get these 2 back onto a main line? Yeah, do I really want to? I could actually make that 4-lane bridge, which a bit over the top, isn't it? I'll keep it. I'll join them up to the bridge, I think. Actually, let's get these two tracks. Merging. Yeah, it's a little bit slow, but we'll see how it goes. And then you can join there. And I've got to get him across, haven't I? To the other side. Have I got room to do that? No, I don't think I have. No, I can't do it that early. If I start from the other side. Okay, so we're going to want a piece of track here. Crossover, so the express coming up here crosses over to that line and then very quickly comes off there. Right, that'll work. Good. Okay, and no, that's too much. To take you back as well. Okay. So having come off there, we can take you there. Right. I think that works. Okay, so the signals we need here. We're going to need to stop here if there's a train coming down. Here we're going to need to stop here again if there's a train coming up. Right, I think that works. Don't need a diamond there because they're not crossing over, it's a pass-through station as it were. And I shouldn't actually need the waypoint back in there again. Okay, so from Fakenham goes the Gisborough waypoint on its way to Banbury, and from there, oh, actually if it goes to Banbury, don't worry about that, it's because it's the two stations are together. That's why I've lost the colour. Oh, checking all the way up here. Oh, look at that, bang, spot on. Right, so everything's nicely aligned, going in the right directions through the tunnel and finally back to the river, to Banbury, and there you are. And there's that small, that is, well, they're going reasonably fast, hopefully, or slowing down for the station, so that should be okay. Now that hasn't upset the other two routes, has it? No, the clockwise and anti-clockwise loops are doing fine. Right, splendid job. Right, so I'm sorry about this, but we're going to have to follow one of the noisy trains now to see if they get up there. Actually, what I could do, could I put a new? Let's put another train. Oh, I'm losing money. Oh heck! What? No, I don't care. We'll put a whole new train on there, starting at the top. Right now, this funky depot mod here should feed. Doesn't feed to that line. So I'm going to need to get. How can we do this? Because there's that diamond junction there, it doesn't want to play ball. No! Stop that. Right, can I take it out from... Yeah, why not? Take it out from the depot. A separate depot track altogether. do very nicely. I should probably organise this more efficiently, so that there's not multiple tracks feeding each mainline station. But you know, we are where we are. Right, so let's buy me a train. I see. Here are all the other sort of Croatian trains from. I can't remember. I think it's It's not DMA. It's actually it might be a Swiss model. I'll put the links in it. The links obviously will go in the description. So which was the train? That was the loco. There's now going to be the default for the Southern Loop. It's a nice fast 87-mile-an-hour train. And these are those very noisy diesels. The BR electric Class 55 rather Deltics, which is a fast train, which is the fastest one I think at the moment, which is why I put it on the express route. These two new trains are quieter, a little bit slower, but also and I'll find a use for those. Oh, right. This one is even faster, 124. We might do we want to upgrade to that one now? It will create issues being that bit faster than the others. And how much? It's a lot more expensive to run. We're not making enough money on that route yet, I think, to warrant such an expensive train. No, so we'll stick with the Deltic. And how many carriages did we have on there? There's only 3. I'll stick with 3 for the moment. It might actually warrant upgrading. Where's the passengers? There you go. Mind you, the wagons only go at 87, so that's as fast as it will go anyway, so it doesn't really matter what train I put on there. Go! Hey ho. Alright, and you are going to go on to the Express, which needs renaming. So it's not Fakenham to Banbury anymore, it's Fakenham all the way up to Wisbech Express. Okay. Let's follow the new boy. There he goes. I dare say there's no passengers there yet. We should see. I hope you can still hear the roar of this engine. It's really nice. It's a nice looking model. And there are some others coming up over the next sort of 10-20 years, which I'm really looking forward to showing you on the map. Actually proper English trains as well, or UK trains. It's snaking his way down. Right, what I want to do next, we won't do it here, I'll keep this episode nice and sweet and short. We'll come back to in a moment. Is I want to start. There's no cargo going into any of these towns up north here, so I want to do that. I initially had a sort of a road network going from the coal and the iron to this steel mill, whatever it was there, feeding the two towns by road. But I'm thinking actually it might be better to start using rail. There's a nice oil well here. Or we could use those two and feed that. What I'm thinking, if I put the sort of cargo hub for the north here, although it's very hilly and I'm probably going to find it to be a real nightmare to route, that it could easily get to all these towns. The distances are a bit short for real profit, but we will see. I'll have a look at that and I'll design a plan for you in the next episode. Right, we're already picking up passengers. Oh, and that's the trouble when you're changing routes. You're not going to make it to Wisbech, are you, from there? I think. Oh, let's keep an eye on him for a second. Because I was relaying track and stuff, trains that are in movement, in progress, lose their position. you're not going to get to Whiz Beach. Where are you going to go? Back to Fakenham. That's fair enough. Actually, there's going to be a bit of a cluster, actually, isn't there? On those trains. Let's follow our new boy. Actually, let's just have a quick check before we leave where we are profit-wise. Yeah, still nothing's making any real money. Actually, these two, the Northern Loop, that's going to be profitable quite soon by the look of it. This goods train could be profitable soon, the Banbury. And the little Southern Extension, sort of suburban route, it's losing a fair amount, but it's not too bad. But we're getting still good money in from the loop. And on the roads, we're losing money for quite a few, but I'm quite happy that I've actually got bus routes making money as well as these goods routes. I mean, look at that. I mean, that really should be trains, to be honest, but too focused on passengers for the time being. And the trams, a nice couple of million, more or less, coming in from the trams. So that's, I think, making up the difference. So before we leave, okay, all we made. Oh, look at that. Those are nice profits over the last few years. We're going to lose money, I think, this year because I've spent so much on track and train. But we can cope with that. I'm sure we will be back in profit next year. And you will see that in the next episode. Of that, I am certain. So from me, thank you very much for joining me today on this little excursion linking up south and north of the river on these noisy new modded trains. So hope you've enjoyed seeing those too. But from me, Ajaxpost for now, until next time, bye bye.